Movie starts with an opening scene of ancient Rome dated back to the year 128 Anno Domini. Here we have Lucius, who is an architect, strolling in a crowded marketplace with his contractor, who is telling Lucius that his designs for a public bath are not good enough, as new innovative designs that are trending. That's why the contractor hired a new architect. Lucius is walking away from them when his friend Marcus started following and making fun of him being unemployed, and asked him to relax and have fun. Both of them go to a bathhouse to relax. Inside the bathhouse, it was crowded with people chattering about politics, having fight competitions, and vendors calling out. Lucius is irritated by the gaudy atmosphere of public bath and wants to end this trend by presenting a better design. He submerges himself into the water to have a peaceful moment inside. That's when he saw a drain pipe. He was sucked in the drain pipe when he went to have a closer look. When he emerges from the water, he finds himself in complete different settings. He was actually time traveled to modern Japan through that drain pipe. He thought the people are slaves, that's why their facial features are different. But he was amazed by the architecture and different facilities available there, from buckets to taps, from curtains to baskets. He wanted to replicate those facilities and designs in his society. A girl cartoonist named Mami saw Lucius. She wanted to draw his sketch as hero for his comic series, but Men in Bathhouse removed him from there. Japanese people thought he lost his memory. That's when someone offered him a bottle of fruit milk, which he liked a lot, but he fainted right after drinking it. He woke up back in ancient Rome where his friend informed him that he was drowning and passed out. But Lucius saw a fruit milk bottle rolling out from underneath him. Knowing that he was not dreaming about new architecture, Lucius incorporated new architectural designs and facilities that he experienced in modern Japan in a new bathhouse. He made few months later that incident. Everyone who was visiting was amazed by the new designs, and everything around them looks like a unique surprise to them. But Lucius knew that those flat-faced slaves Japanese cannot be underestimated for their innovative designs. An old man was enjoying his hot bath when he wished to have this sort of bath for every household, because it is difficult for elderly to visit bathhouses every now and then. Old man loses his strigil, tool to scrap off the dirt and oils from the body. When Lucius went into water to pick strigil, he realizes that elderly people will stop taking bath because of the inconvenience of going out of their houses. Right at that time, he got sucked up again by water drain and emerged at a Japanese house. That was Mami's boss house, where Lucius appeared in a hot bathtub prepared for boss's elderly father. Boss asked her father to go for a bath and a caretaker will come to assist him. When father went in bathroom, he thought Lucius was the caretaker. Father asked him to rub his back and rinse off his head with shampoo. Lucius was impressed with the sponge used to scrap off dirt and the hand shower that was used to rinse the shampoo. Mami saw him there again, but he just disappeared in a jiffy. 1 month later in Rome, he made a personalized bathtub for an old man with cow's body part as hand shower. Scene changes. Lucius' wife is serving dinner to him and expressing the need to have children. But Lucius wants to tell her all about time traveling. That's when she gets angry and leaves the room. There's a knock on the door. When Lucius opens the door, there is Emperor's messenger who tells Lucius that Emperor wants to see him. Upon reaching palace called Villa Hadrian, Lucius meets Sionius, Emperor's heir, who warned Lucius about Emperor's bad temper. When Lucius meets Hadrian, the great 14th Roman emperor, he learns that Emperor and Lucius have same taste and mindset about public baths, that they should not be just gaudy, but they have to be a place to feel relieved, and this leads to the well-being of people. Emperor opened his heart in front of Lucius that upon traveling to all provinces of Rome, Hadrian realized that he was perceived as an oppressive ruler. That's when he changed his strategy to overpower rebellions with culture, because it is impossible to be done with military. Emperor wanted Lucius to build him a therme with unprecedented innovative ideas, so that Emperor himself would feel relaxed, to plan strategies for Rome's betterment. Lucius also meets Antoninus, Emperor's assistant, who informed Lucius that the whole Villa Hadrian is designed by Emperor himself, but he wants Lucius to make a therme for him, because he wants it to be his salvation. Lucius was unable to think of some innovative idea to meet Emperor's expectations. That's when he decided to take help of flat-faced tribe again. He went into drain pipes of public baths, and this time he is sent to a toilet showroom in Japan. He once again meets Mami there. Lucius wanted her to teach him the norms for this purpose. He pays her a coin, but Mami's showroom manager thought that she brought her boyfriend here, and she got fired from job. Lucius was exploring the showroom and he was amazed by urinals, paper towels, and scented candles. Lucius also discovered bidet toilets, but when he used it, he found bidets to be far more convenient and relaxing as compared to damp sponges that were used in Rome. He again vanishes from the scene, leaving his robe behind. Scene changes to several months later. Emperor is sitting in a bath which Lucius had designed, and he was admiring the baths with bubbles and a toilet with bidet to cleanse. He rewarded Lucius with a pendant. Lucius excitedly goes to his wife, but he finds her with his friend Marcus in bed. On the other hand, Mami, after losing her job, goes back to her hometown, where she meets a group of elderly men in a hot bath. She shows Lucius' robe and the coin to an elderly man whom she was calling Professor. Professor tells her that these things belong to ancient Roman civilization. Mommy started her research on ancient Rome to find out who exactly is Lucius. In next scene, Emperor's assistant came to see Lucius too. He needed Lucius' help, but he found Lucius devastated because of his wife's unfaithfulness. He told him that one of Emperor's close acquaintances, Antinous, died near Nile, and Emperor has completely lost it because he had a lot of good memories with Antinous, like sitting near Nile and eating an exotic fruit. Lucius tried to console Emperor, but all in vain. Lucius was walking down the garden with Emperor's assistant talking about Emperor's deteriorating health. That's when they saw Emperor's heir Sioneus forcing a court lady. Assistant tells Lucius that Sioneus is going to be the next emperor if anything bad happens to Hadrian. Assistant also asked Lucius to fix a minor problem that was clogged drain. But while fixing it, Lucius got sucked up again and emerged in a crocodile's compartment in a zoo in modern Japan. Mommy was also there, as there was some connection between Mommy and Lucius' time travel. Mommy took him out of the compartment and took her along for a walk. There, Lucius tasted a fruit that was new to him. It was a banana with a seed to regrow. Lucius realized that it could be the fruit that Emperor tasted with his late acquaintance, and if he could be able to harvest it in Rome, then Emperor would certainly feel good. A monkey snatched the banana from Lucius, and while getting it back, he submerged in water that looked like Nile's water and Nile's river bank and disappeared. Anyhow, Lucius was able to replicate Nile's bank, and the fruit that he harvested turned out to be the same that Emperor ate with Antinous. Emperor was appreciating Lucius when he sensed that Lucius seemed sad. Upon asking, Lucius was about to confess that ideas are stolen from flat-faced tribes, but a soldier interrupted him by telling the Emperor that barbarians are about to attack and the local army is not strong enough to hold them back. Emperor left his thermi and ordered soldier to get the troops ready. Scene changes, with Mommy looking at the coin, given to her by Lucius. She reads River Danube written on the coin. Now she is narrating her research that Roman troops were in a state of war for 3 years with the barbarians from northern bank of River Danube. Scene changes to Emperor talking with his combatant, who is telling him that barbarians might have called for foreigner warriors, but Rome's soldiers are now tired from fighting. That's when the Emperor fainted. Next scene shows Lucius receiving a letter from Emperor. Emperor wants to bring in Sioneus as his successor because Hadrian was getting old to handle the situation. He wanted Sioneus to build a public bath as his first project, and Lucius was asked to be in charge of construction. He wanted that bath to be uniquely designed to gain the support of people for Sioneus. As letter reads, Lucius go to meet Sioneus where he was busy with some new court girl. Lucius wanted to refuse to work for Sioneus, but he threatened Lucius with death penalty for not obeying the orders. Lucius was helpless, he had to obey the orders. That's when another architect approached him blaming that he can't get any work because of Lucius. He attacked Lucius with a dagger which wounded his arm, and Lucius falls in the well near, in which they both were standing. When Lucius gains consciousness, he finds himself in Mommy's house surrounded with a group of old men who had treated his wound. Old folks took Lucius to a mineral water hot spring which was supposed to treat the wounds quickly. There Lucius was offered hot springs egg which he liked a lot, but he didn't like the alcohol that was offered to him. He thought he is poisoned. That's when he once again meets Mommy, who told him that this water also have a detox effect. Lucius fainted again and falls on Mommy, taking them both in the water only to be appeared back in Rome where Sioneus was present. Sioneus looks at Mommy and knows that she don't belongs to Rome. He fancies Mommy and starts forcing her to take her along, but Emperor's assistant Antoninus came right at the moment and stopped Sioneus by force. Lucius is then telling assistant that he is going to decline the order of making a bath in Sioneus' name. Assistant warns Lucius about the Con60 but it didn't change his decision. On the other hand, group of old men were searching for Lucius and Mommy when they too drowns and disappears at the hot spring bath. Next scene starts in Lucius' home where Mommy is dressed in Roman attire and Lucius is packing up to go to war. Mommy is asking him repeatedly to not to decline the orders, because she didn't want him to be killed, but Lucius didn't listen to her and left. Mommy starts following him, but she didn't find him anywhere. At last she got tired in the center of the marketplace, where she hears the announcement by a messenger that Antoninus is appointed as the governor of province Pannonia. Lucius reaches Emperor's tent where he was discussing war strategies with his commanders. Lucius told Emperor about his decision and also that he realizes that he is going to be punished for this act, but Emperor forgave him from death penalty because of his former work, but he ordered Lucius to never come in front of him again. On his way back, Lucius finds warmer rocks with minerals similar to the hot spring he had experienced. Upon reaching back home, Mommy tells him about Antoninus being appointed and sent as governor of Pannonia. Lucius goes to Sioneus to ask that if he becomes emperor would he be able to deify Emperor Hadrian, to which Sioneus refused, stating that Hadrian is not liked by Senate. Sioneus got furious of Lucius asking him questions and refusing to work for him. Sioneus looked down upon him, saying that he is not able to build a bath good enough. He is incompetent and he must have stolen these ideas from somewhere. Upon hearing this, Lucius starts to feel ashamed and ineffectual as he copied Japanese designs. Mommy tells Lucius to not to feel ashamed because he was trying too hard to meet emperors. That's why he was transported to modern Japan. Lucius assured Mommy that he won't let Antoninus to go to Pannonia. Lucius go to meet Antoninus, but their discussion wasn't included. Lucius then go to meet Emperor in the battlefield. At first Emperor didn't allow him to enter. But when Lucius mentions that he brought a proposal from Antoninus, then Emperor agrees to talk to him. Lucius tells him a proposal to build a bath here in the battlefield for exhausted and wounded soldiers. He also tells Emperor the effect of mineral water for wounds. Emperor accepted the proposal for the betterment of soldiers. Lucius along with Mommy started to build a hot spring right away. Their Mommy see old folks from Japan pulling a cart as prisoner. Upon asking, they tells Mommy that they were drowned and woke up in a battlefield, that's why they are here. Mommy tells them that she and Lucius are building a hot spring bath here for soldiers. Old folks examined the land, also suggested to build huts with mats inside, so that soldiers can rest and could be healed with the warmness of ground. They all together started working and built a lot of huts with a hot spring bath. Soldiers were benefiting from these facilities and were performing better in battlefield. At night Lucius was thanking and acknowledging Mommy's help, and expressed his likeness, to which she started shedding tears. That's when she started to disappear and came back to Japan. There was a celebration ceremony going on in Rome where Emperor cancelled the appointment of Antoninus as governor in Pannonia and also honored Lucius for his work. On the other hand, Mommy drew a comic based on Thermi Rami. Ending scene show Lucius appearing again from a river in the city of Japan.